Eyes up on me. Your mouth's up. Mario's eyes are up on me. I'm missing 6 pairs of eyes. I'm now missing 3 pairs of eyes. 2 pairs of eyes are on me. That point. 107 eyes. 10 eights. Okay, I'm very, very excited about this. For me, social studies, learning about where we live, is the coolest thing to learn at school. When I was in 4th grade, this was my favorite subject by far, and I'm so glad we have an awesome Maryland textbook to learn about the state that we live. But why do we have to spend our time in school learning about where we live? Why do we need to know where we live? Why does it matter? Why can't we just live and go to school and watch TV and not know about this? Yes?
It's already know about this because it's a life.
It's your life.
Like your mother born you, like your mother gave birth to you, stuff like that. And then you want to be with your mother, and you need to know how to live in it. Because you never know if somebody try to kill you or something. You try to run, but you don't know if you good at it. They run after you, still after you, still go to get help, you need help.
Okay.
You need phone stuff like that. You need to know about police. You need to know about all that. Like, we need life.
Okay, I want to give some shout outs really quickly before I address Destiny's question. First of all, when Destiny started talking, Jaden and Yasmin both turned their eyes and were looking at Destiny showing respect. So I'm going to give Yasmin and Jaden a start point. Second of all, you raise your hand.
Somebody's looking at you.
Okay, second of all, what Destiny was talking about, knowing about your neighborhood, is geography. Geography is the study of maps and the worlds. Somebody else, why do we need to know about where we live? Why do we need to study Maryland, Lanai? Paul, did you say that again, Lanai? I'm sorry. Just the first part, about why we need to live. And so, just like Jaden and Yasmin last time, I saw more students turning and listening to Lil and I when she was sharing. Raymond, your hand is up silently. Why do we need to learn about where we live? So why do we need to study about where we live? So thank you. And so once again, I saw Destiny, I saw Yasmin, I saw Mariana, I saw Jaden, I saw Demonier, I saw Michaela, I saw Nevaeh and Lanaya and Tyon all looking at you. And we're about to move on. I'll point something out that I've noticed about all of your answers. Okay, Jeremiah. Is that all 3 of you who have shared are talking about where we live in your neighborhood. And that's great, because that's where we live. But in social studies, we're going to learn about more than just the neighborhood. We're going to learn about the state of Maryland, we're going to learn about the entire city of Baltimore, and the country as well. We actually need to move on, but Jeremiah was going to have our last comment. So our last share, Jeremiah. I'm looking for students' eyes on Jeremiah, their mouths up. One moment. I'm missing 4 pairs of eyes on Jeremiah. I'm missing 2 pairs of eyes now. That's one Ooh, still missing 2 pairs of eyes. So that's like the previous 3 speakers, that you're really speaking to the importance of knowing the geography of a place, because you might get lost, there might be an emergency, and that's why it's so important that we're going to study the entire state of Maryland, because we're going to learn not just where we live, not just the city where we live, but we're going to learn the states where we live, we're going to learn about the country where we live, and we're going to learn about the world in where we live. If these are comments, I'm going to ask you to hold up on them for a moment. It's a question. You want to share right here? Okay, go put your hands up. You got to move on. Oh! Here's one thing I heard a lot from you guys so far. Is one of the biggest misconceptions about social studies is they hear that Baltimore isn't a state. Baltimore isn't a state. It's a city. And don't worry, this unit, we're going to learn all about what makes a city versus a state versus a country versus a continent versus the entire world. Alright, so how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do a jigsaw today. And what a jigsaw is when you guys become the teacher experts. Because it would take too long for all of us to read the entire book. So you guys are going to be in groups, and you're going to break apart an entire chapter on Maryland. Yeah. And then you're going to become experts and present all the information to the class. So you see here, let me turn the lights so you can see. Step 1, you're going to be working in small groups. Step 2, you're going to be presenting it, just like a teacher, to the entire class. So, your groups. The first group, which is, wrong class. First group, which is back there at Monty's table. And don't flip to the pages yet, because I'm going to show you how to do it first. You're going to be at birds on page 16 to 17. Group 2, Tyshon's table. You guys are going to be fish, page 18. Group 3, Kamal's table, right here. You're going to be mammals and others, page 19. Yasmin, Jonathan's table, plants, page 20. Group 5, threatened and endangered species, page 28. That's your table back there. But before we even get there, I want to show you how to do it. And so let's turn to page 12. Turn to page 12. I'm going to do ancient animals. So silently turn to page 12 in 10, oh jeez, 9, 8, I see Kobe turning page 12, 7, 6, Michaela's already on page 12, 5, 4, Amariana's on page 12, 3, 2, 1 page 12, AJ's on page 12, AJ's start point, 1, 0. So this is it. Alright. So, no, but I'm showing you an example first. So I appreciate you're excited to get started, but I'm going to show you first. Then I'll let you guys go. Alright. So I'm going to read aloud about ancient animals. When I'm reading, I want you to follow along with me and pay attention to the words that I'm pointing out to you. So your fingers are on, so I just said it to Raymond. that I'm showing you what to do first, so then I'll let you guys do it on your own so you can do a really good job. So your finger is on ancient animals, and follow along with your finger as I read. Ancient animals. Ancient animals. Animals lived in what is now Maryland long before any people lived here. They roamed the land and swam in the water. These animals are now extinct. They no longer live anywhere on Earth. I see AJ and AJ. How do we know about creatures that lived all those millions of years ago? We don't have photographs or written records from way back then. We have to use clues to figure out what life was like. Pardon me. I lost my place. See, I was using my finger. That's what happens.
How we know
Oh, thank you very much. We have to be detectives. The most important clues are fossils. And notice how fossils is in bold print. It's dark black. That means it's a very important vocabulary word to know. Yes. Left from thousands or millions of years ago. Some fossils, I see Raymond using his finger. And Raymond. Some fossils are the remains of animal bones or teeth. Others are imprints of the remains. These are like footprints. When you walk through wet sand or cement, you leave a footprint. Page 13. Sometimes scientists find footprints where dinosaurs walked. A bone or the leaf of a plant can also leave a footprint. Fossils help us know what life was like millions of years ago. Millions of years ago, dinosaurs, real dinosaurs, lived all over North America. Yes, that's
they said that dinosaurs, when they find their bones, they put it together, that's when they put it in the prize thing.
They put it in
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact.
Yeah,
And so I'm glad you mentioned that, Destiny, because it's actually going to be part of your project. So hold on to that thought though until we get there. Have you ever seen a dinosaur? Have you ever seen a dinosaur? Actually, you have. Their relatives live on as birds. The first birds were flying reptiles. Even though dinosaurs became extinct about 65 million years ago, the birds that fly today share a common ancestor with the last of the dinosaurs. Mammoths, mastodons, saber-toothed tigers, and other ancient animals lived in Maryland millions of years after the dinosaurs disappeared. Their relatives, modern elephants and tigers, still live on Earth, but not in Maryland. Several ancient animals do still live with us. They look much like their ancestors did long ago. Dragonflies, cockroaches, we all know that, right? Horseshoe crabs, and sharks have survived for millions of years.
Mr. Davis, what's this kind of fish called?
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you really quickly my finished poster. The birds were. Actually, they don't. All right. I see several students sitting silently waiting.